My name is Maribel. I am 32 years old. When I was young, I rarely spoke, and I didn't have close friends. My guardians were very controlling. They didn't allow games, socializing, or any personal interests. I spent every day inside our apartment. I wished to play outside with neighborhood kids, but I was always told to stay indoors. I never went to preschool. On my first day of elementary school, I felt terrified. I wondered, how will I talk to other children? Eventually, I did make a few friends. I stayed quiet most of the time at school. I wanted to enroll in music classes. I loved listening to melodies, but my guardians always said, "No, concentrate only on your lessons. Creative passions are useless," they always said. After graduating, I joined a university far from home. There, I met a guy named Adrian. He was charming and full of jokes. He always made me smile. He would say, "You look stunning, Maribel." I felt seen whenever he was around. We would talk for hours without getting bored. One day he told me, "You're the closest person I have." I dreamed of finishing my studies and building a successful career. But Adrian didn't approve. He asked, "Why do you need a diploma? You should just settle down with me." I was only 18 and completely blinded by emotions. I believed Adrian would protect and love me forever. Soon, he asked for my hand in marriage. He told me we should build a life together. I was thrilled and stopped attending university. I abandoned every goal I once had. I believed love mattered more than education. We got married when I was just 19. In the beginning, everything felt perfect. We smiled a lot and life seemed simple. Later, we welcomed a baby girl. We named her Liana. She was tiny and adorable. But after 2 years, the atmosphere shifted. Adrian began saying, "You can't wear that outfit, Maribel. Go and change it." He complained about my piercings and short haircut. He ordered, "Fix your appearance." I stopped seeing the people I cared about. Adrian said, "You don't need anyone else. Stay home and look after Liana." He began returning home late at night. When I asked where he had been, he replied, "I was hanging out with my buddies." I felt abandoned. I wanted deep conversations with him, but he ignored everything I said. One evening, he lost his temper. He yelled at me, shouting, "You are a terrible wife." Tears rolled down my face. Another day, Adrian struck me. I was shocked and numb. I cried until the sun came up. I wanted to walk away, but fear held me back. I went to see my family. I begged, "Please, I need support." But they replied, "You're a married woman now, Maribel. Your place is with your husband." With no choice, I returned to Adrian. I convinced myself he would eventually change. Soon, I became pregnant again. This time, I gave birth to a boy. We named him Nico. He had my eyes and smile. I adored him with all my heart. Adrian didn't visit the hospital at all. When I came home, he asked coldly, "Why did you come back so quickly?" His words crushed me. Later, I discovered Adrian was seeing another woman. He didn't even try to keep it a secret. He looked at me and said, "She cares about me more than you ever did." His words made me feel worthless and invisible. I wanted to walk away, but I couldn't. I had no income, no support, and 2 children depending on me. 3 months later, Adrian enlisted in the military. He abandoned me with the kids and said, "You'll figure it out, Maribel." I couldn't believe what he was saying. I cried almost every day. During this time, my father passed away. My mother relocated to another country. I had no one left. Adrian called me from the base and said, "I'm with someone else now." My heart shattered. I couldn't understand it. I asked him why. He replied, "I'm happier with her than I ever was with you." 5 months later, Adrian called again. He said, "I was wrong, Maribel. Please give me another chance." I still had feelings for him, so I agreed. We attempted to repair our relationship, but Adrian didn't change. His words continued to wound me. Now, we have been married for 16 years. Adrian tries to act differently, yet he still causes me pain. I often look back and question my choices. Why did I forgive him again and again? Why didn't I walk away? I am 32 years old now. I'm no longer the person I once was. I've grown tougher, yet I often feel exhausted. Sometimes it feels like I'm invisible. I want to create a peaceful life for myself and my kids. Every morning, I wake up before the sun rises. I look at my children. Liana is 8 now, and Nico is 5. I whisper to myself, "Stay strong for them." I prepare breakfast and pack Liana's lunch for school. Nico remains home with me. But some days feel unbearable. The weight gets heavy. I feel drained. I feel broken. I asked myself, how did my life come to this? One afternoon, my neighbor knocked on my door. Her name was Elena. She smiled warmly and said, "Hi, Maribel. Would you like to come over for some tea?" I wanted to refuse. I was afraid Adrian would get upset, but I accepted. I desperately needed someone to confide in. Elena said gently, "You are not alone, Maribel. I'm here for you." Her words brought tears to my eyes. For the first time in a long while, I didn't feel completely isolated. Elena suggested an idea. She said, "Why don't you try working from home?" I paused and considered it carefully. Adrian didn't want me to have any job, but I figured I could start small. I began baking cookies and small pastries to sell. In the beginning, it was challenging. I wasn't sure if I could manage, but I poured my heart into it. My treats were delicious, and soon people began placing more orders. For the first time in years, I felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. I realized I can do this. One evening, Adrian came home furious. He yelled, "Why are you baking? You don't need to work." I looked him in the eye and said, "I'm doing this for myself and for the kids. I won't stop." Adrian was shocked. He had no words. Life didn't transform instantly. Adrian still lost his temper occasionally. But I began setting boundaries. I told him, I will no longer let you hurt me. If you ever lay a hand on me again, I will leave. He didn't take me seriously at first, but I remained firm. I knew I had to protect myself and my children. I started meeting new people and doing small things I once loved. I cut my hair short again and wore bright, cheerful clothes. Liana said, "Mom, you look so happy." Her words made me smile from the heart. I wanted a safe, joyful life for myself and my children. I want to feel free. I don't know if Adrian will ever truly change, but I know that I have changed. I am no longer the frightened girl I once was. If you are reading my story, I want you to remember that you are strong. You can endure even the toughest moments. Never give up on yourself. If this story touched you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.